What's going on YouTube? Big Dog Brett. Wanted to go over my thoughts and predictions for the Georgia-Missouri game. So I went back and I watched the Missouri game and I watched the Purdue game because I wanted to try to get a little insight on kind of trying to see how Missouri was playing. And, honestly, I saw a lot of players for Purdue out of position. I mean, I saw a lot of people just kind of blowing their assignments. I won't say they looked slow, but Missouri definitely did not look like they had enough speed to have a run game against Georgia. Now, I'm not saying that Drew Lock can't throw, or whatever his name is. I think I screwed up his name last year, too. Andrew Lock, that's his name. He's just not impressive to me. They played Tennessee Martin or whoever it was, and they beat them 51-14 the first week, and then they had a bye week. And even with a bye week, they barely edged Missouri with a last-second field goal, which was, that's not the way you want to win. I mean, if you want to make a statement and you want to make a case about, chasing down Georgia or giving Georgia a run for their money, this ain't how you're going to do it. It's just not. I mean, I just don't see. I don't see how Missouri's got a shot at this one either, guys. I think Georgia's picked up some speed in the secondary. I think Georgia's going to be just fine back there. I think Drew Lock's going to try to throw it. It's not going to work. If you look at the running, if you look at the stats overall, Missouri looks like they have a running game, but they really don't. It's just that who they've played has not been able to do anything really. The fact that Purdue could hang 37 points on you should terrify you if you are a Missouri fan and you've watched any tape on Georgia. Georgia has absolutely no problem hanging points on anybody. So you can expect Georgia to go out there and hang another 50 points on it. We were hanging nearly 50 points on teams before halftime, swapping out second and third stringers. I mean, it's just Georgia has too many weapons. They got a couple of guys on Missouri that can catch. I mean, you might see him hit a few big plays here and there, but to be able to live off that's not going to happen. It's just not. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I mean, I tell you guys this week in, week out, Georgia's going to come out and destroy. I catch a bunch of flack down in the comment section. It's down there, by the way. And I just don't see how. I just do not see a way Missouri wins this game. And I'm trying to find something to say, okay, Georgia should worry about this. Looking at the plays that Drew Lock was able to make big plays downfield, it looked like to me in the Purdue game that Purdue had dropped a guy back, only had 3 guys on the line. That gives Andrew Lock a whole bunch of time to sit back there and figure out who he can throw to, and that's not going to happen against Georgia. Georgia's not going to allow that to happen. The plays that I see them running as far as picking up yardage, their bootlegs, their pitches to the outside, trying to get somebody around the corner. Georgia's too fast for that. That's not going to work either. I saw some trickeration plays, Missouri trying to outwit Purdue, and then Purdue trying to do the same thing. And Andrew Lock threw his first pick last game, and so did Jake Fromm. So as far as interceptions go, both quarterbacks are capable of being picked. Drew Lock has a pretty good QBR rating, but he hasn't played Georgia yet. We're going to Missouri to play that game. It's going to be a killing. I mean, am I saying they're going to stay off the scoreboard? No. I'm going to say the same thing I said in the Florida game. In the South Carolina game. You're probably going to find once or twice where the safety gets a conflict of assignment, or he gets confused, or he lets one of these guys pass him, and then the guy catches a long pass from Drew, and they get a touchdown or two. I still think Georgia's going to hang a ton of points on the board. I don't think Missouri has no defense. Missouri has no defense. If Purdue can go down the field on you like this, them dogs gonna come down there and work y'all. I'm sorry. Maybe. It's gonna be a game where you're gonna see Georgia. And here's where I'm torn. I am torn a little bit. I got to admit, I am torn a little bit. I think there's going to be a possibility that Georgia says, you know what? Let's see what Locke can do. Let's see what he can do. And they grind the clock and try to control the clock and try to control the ball. Georgia shouldn't have any problems with the ground game. We got 5 running backs that can run. We keep them fresh, keep them swapped in and out. And that's going to grind the defense down. And if need be, Georgia will pull away with it late in the game. However, Georgia may come out and say, not worried about it, and just go down the field and give Georgia's defense the opportunity to come out and stop them. Georgia didn't have a problem stopping South Carolina. I think a lot of people would say South Carolina at that, when we played them, was a better team than Missouri was. I mean, some people might say that. Some people say, just like last year, oh, Missouri's it's going to be a shootout. That guy can throw. Yeah, he can throw. But you got DeAndre Baker back there you got to deal with. You have Richard LeCount III back there you have to deal with. And, I mean, I think our secondary is stronger than what we thought it was. And that's a good thing. If you're a Georgia fan, if you somebody else, it ain't going to happen. So this is kind of the way I see this going. I think Georgia's defensive line is going to disrupt enough to take away all the extra time that Locke needs to be able to find an open receiver, because the receivers are going to be better covered this go around. Now, you might see some quick passes across the middle, but I think that unless you're really seeing either a blown coverage, and it'll be bad, you'll be able to see it because there won't be a receiver around him for 3 or 4 steps. He's not going to have the time to sit back there in that pocket and wait. Go back and watch the highlights on that game. If you guys doubt me, go back and watch the highlights on the Purdue-Missouri game, and you'll see he had all day to sit back there and throw the ball. You give any decent quarterback that much time, he's going to find an open receiver if he has a good one. He's not going to have that. I think the moment they try to switch over and go to the run game, Georgia's absolutely going to dominate that. They're going to get stopped at that line. I think Georgia's had a couple of weeks here. This will be the week 3 to get that shut down and get it stopped. So I think the adjustments have probably been made at this point. This will be a good test for that. But I think Georgia's going to stop that run game pretty good. It's going to make Missouri one-dimensional. I think the moment that they go one-dimensional, it's going to be 3 and out after 3 and out after 3 and out. Georgia's going to come down the field and score at will. Again, it's going to be another one of those where you see second and third stringers in the second half. You're probably going to see Justin Fields again in this game. That's just the way it's going to go. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got. I do want to throw a quick shout out to Volunteer Roadshow Catfish. He's been recovering. I think he's out of the hospital now. Prayers and thoughts to him and his family and friends. We want to make sure he gets well soon, gets back on the road. I know he was planning on making a big Florida versus Tennessee video. I think he had most of it done, but go over and check his channel out, Volunteer Roadshow. Good guy. We like him. Obviously, you guys know about Uncle Lou. Go check him out if you haven't seen him before. He's a riot. Let's see. Other than that, guys, not a whole lot to say. I always give my score predictions at the end, so I think that it's going to be, I keep saying 45 to like 15, but they keep doing it. So I'm going to say Georgia 45, Missouri 14. So 45-14. I don't know what the spread was. I don't care what the spread was. Give me a second, I'll check. And then I'll tell you what I think real quick. I normally already looked that up. So let's go. Hold on. Wish I could remember the name of that betting site that Uncle Lou uses. I'd put it on here just to be nice. There we go. Let's see. This is as of 2 hours ago. Let's say Georgia's a 14-point favorite. Some got it at 15. They predict the score to go over the 39 points. I would agree with that. Best over under 61 points. So what? So Georgia's a 15-point favorite. If I was betting this game, and I'd take that bet. I just don't think Drew. Jeez, I don't think Locke's going to be able to throw the ball that well. Not with that secondary that's starting to come into its own. I think their run game is non-existent compared to Georgia's defense. I think Georgia has proven all year that it can go down and do whatever it wants to do. So 15 points, that's laughable. I think Georgia covers that easily. All right, guys. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate you guys. Oh, by the way, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Please share. I'm trying to get up to 500 subscribers. I'm around 220 now. Really appreciate you guys' support. I do have a Patreon page. If you guys want to support me over there, feel free. Also, if you guys have any questions or anything you want me to cover, throw it down in the comments section. I'll be glad to cover that. And if you guys go back and look at my previous videos, you can see I'm pretty active down in the comment section. So love hearing from you guys, good, bad, or otherwise. By the way, before you guys say anything, the Georgia girl emblem right here. I know, right? This is my wife's Tahoe, so that's on the back of hers. I'm proud to have a Georgia fan for a wife and a wife for a Georgia fan. So guys, thanks so much for all your support. Look forward to hearing from you guys soon. I'll be making my halftime report as I always do, and then I'll do my post-game fan reaction as I always do. And if you guys, feel free to hit like and subscribe and share. Good. Looking forward to getting my numbers up for my subscribers. Thanks again, guys. And as always, God bless. Go Dogs.